Hello everyone, my name is Amanda, and today the company that will be our main topic is Henkel. So, if you guys don't know what is Henkel, so basically, Henkel is a German multinational chemical and consumer goods company, and they have their headquarters is in Dusseldorf, Germany. And also Henkel operates and has office in 79 countries, and also additionally they have employees from 125 different nations, which is a lot. And also this company is known for their strong brands and innovative technologies. Henkel business is divided into three main areas, which is the first one is adhesive technology, which serves industry like automotive and electronics. And the next one is they have their beauty care products, which is people usually known for their brand like Swarovski. And the third one is their products in laundry and home care, which is products like Persil and Burf. So the person that I will interview after this is the president office of Henkel Thailand branch, which is Mr. Andrianto. Thank you.
Okay, yes, my name is Andrianto. Full name is Andrianto Jayapurna. So I'm currently the country president for the company I work. Is Henkel. It's part of the global corporation, but in Thailand, the full name is Henkel Thailand Limited. Yeah. So I'm responsible for the entire business of the Henkel in the country of Thailand. Yeah. So that is my current role basically. Yeah, so Henkel is actually a company. It's a global company, which is the with the is a German global company with the headquarter in the Düsseldorf, Germany, right? So it's one of the one of the leading company in the adhesive business, yeah, and then also lubricant coating and sealant and stuff like that. So that is one part of their business. The other business, there is a consumer product, consumer brand, which is involved on the hair care product as well as a personal and then home care product as well. Yeah. So the company roughly last year was the turnover is about 21.5 billion euro, yeah, globally, and then employ roughly about 48,000 people around the world, basically. Okay, that's a lot. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So as I already briefly during introduction, so there are actually two parts. The company have a two distinct part of the business. One we call it it's more like an industrial product, and the other is more like a consumer product. Yeah. So on the industrial product, this is we call it the Henkel Adhesive Technologies. So this is where we sold the product. Our leading product is adhesive, and also then there is a functional or performance coating, and then also there is a lubricant, and then there is a sealant material, yeah, and then also cleaners, yeah. So all those kind of chemicals that is mainly to supply to the industry. Okay, now we supply to all kind of industry, many various industries. So a lot of things that you use probably on the daily basis, you is containing a little bit of Henkel product. So we are supplying into automotive industry, into the electronic industry, into the packaging industry, or even into like a sport and fashion industry, and even aerospace industry as well. Yeah. So to name some of them. Okay. Now that is on the industrial part, but also on the consumer part. So we are also a leading player for the hair care business. Yeah, so this one include the colorants for the hair, and also the treatment to make the hair healthy. etc. So the other part of consumer brand, we have the home care product, we call it. Yeah, so like a laundry detergent, and then the softener, as well as the some of the insecticide and stuff like that. Yeah, so now we are actually one of our leading brand called Schwarzkopf. Yeah, so this is one of our global brand that we are marketed everywhere. Okay, so that is the product. So what is the other question you asked? Like where is to sell, right? So we are very much cover everywhere globally, right? We are marketed more than 100 countries around the world. Yeah, so every major countries in the world, I think Henkel has business with. Yeah, so I think we even have operation and people employed in like a more than 120 countries actually. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I think good question. So basically, as I said earlier, right? So let's say focusing first on the Henkel adhesive technology, which is the more like industrial or B2B business. So basically, we segment our business following targeting to key industry and customer. So take an example, automotive. Yeah. So we have a global player like in the Western hemisphere is American automaker, for example, like General Motor, Ford, right? In Europe, there is a Mercedes-Benz, BMW, Audi, etc. And then in Japan, there is a Toyota, Honda, and then Nissan, etc. And now, in the more recent time, because of the EV electronic vehicle, there is a China, a leading brand like BYD, like a General Great Wall, etc. So I think this is just I use one example because the other industry will be kind of a similar approach. So what we do is actually we set up a so-called in dealing with all this big global account. We have an approach called the global key account management. Yeah. So this is where it's under the commercial team, right? But specifically because they are big and this customer that we have is also operate globally, basically, or at least regionally. So we really have a dedicated team with the global key account manager supported by the account manager that located in the region and in the country, right? So this is how we maintain the business and relationship and also grow with them as they are moving. Yeah, so something like that. Yeah, okay. So maybe this question would be relevant if being asked like 50 years ago. But anyway, because by now we Henkel is very much everywhere, right? But nevertheless, it's still so. For example, there are countries that we haven't been doing business with. So take an example. More recently, Myanmar is supposed to be the country that we haven't really. We have maybe small business there, but we do not have people being there. So okay, to take back, maybe I move. Let's say assuming like Henkel has not been in the many country. So basically, simple, yeah. So Henkel will participate in the new country based on their potential, right? So in terms of whether the country is perspective for furthering the growth of the company, for making the company a better company. Now, obviously, we have to take a look into other factor as well, not just the potential business, but we need to see what is the climate of the political climate, what is the, for example, the culture of the country, right? Because there are many countries that Henkel decided not to do business with because maybe the country is perceived as a very kind of a not so good in terms of the political, right? So I mentioned Myanmar earlier. So in this current climate, for example, Henkel decided not to actively involve in the Myanmar business because the current regime is dealing with a military leader that is really not conducive for the business. Yeah. So I think Now, other than that, and obviously we see also not just the existing business, but also the potential of Henkel to be able to succeed, as well as what is the country potential to continue grow into the future. Yeah. So if all that met the criteria, then obviously Henkel would consider to participate in that country. Okay, so there are many different factors, but I think as you know now, is actually firstly is actually of course is the number one is uh, the government regulation toward the business. Yeah, in terms of how supportive or how restrictive the government, if we do the business, how their attitude toward the foreigner, yeah, foreign company, yeah, for example. And then this is where, when we decided to enter a certain country, we see whether they are kind of quite supportive or at least neutral into the foreign company compared to, let's say, local company. Yeah, because there are countries where quite obviously they support more the local company against the foreigner through various the government regulation related to the business. Now, then obviously, when we do the trading to the company, not operating locally, is actually, yeah, things like now is a big thing now. The tariff, for example, right? So the tariff is a major thing for international business. So now we are actually having a lot of work to be done, because we have to review the impact of the Trump decision to jack up the tariff so high. So especially in China, right? So other country, those countries that export to US will have a lot of impact, but if they are import from US, it's actually not significant at the moment, but indirectly, if we are buying stuff from China, we will have some impact. So tariff is one, and then there is a non-tariff also regulation, right? So in terms of a restriction for the trading, and then make it difficult, right? A lot of requirement, which is maybe not internationally recognized, but certain country making that intention to protect their domestic industry. Yeah, so I think those are the regulation and trade policy that will impact into the company operation. Mm. Yeah. Okay. So the biggest favorable technology is actually the digital and the communication technology, because now actually, I mentioned earlier that in the beginning that Henkel have 48,000 employee around the world, maybe in 120 plus countries. So without ability to communicate easily among all these employee, it will be very difficult to actually run an international operation. Yeah. So I think starting from many years ago, starting with just simple telex, and then move into the fax and but telephone international very expensive. Now coming today is becoming very easy and cheap, basically, right? So everything through internet. Internet is a fixed cost. The internet cost is so Wi-Fi and everything is relatively low. I mean, it's not free, but this is people forgot about it. Almost free. Yeah, so just like today, we have a conversation like this. This is part of the. Imagine this is a conversation between my colleague in Indonesia and me here in Thailand. So I think we can do it very easily and almost cost very little. Yeah. So I think the technology that help manage and grow very much is actually as an international company is this communication and the digital technology, basically. All right, so you're welcome, and yeah, let me know if you have anything further in the future. Thank you, bye bye.
Okay, so the conclusion of the previous interview with Mr. Andrianto, the President Office in Thailand branch, and the insight that I can get is when we want to export or even import to another country, or even open a branch in another country, it is very important to see the conditions in our destination country. We can see how the political condition, how the logistic condition, and others. And also, our expansion process will be disrupted if a country has a problem. And also, we have to take advantage of the modernity of our world to make our business grow even bigger. So that's all from me. I hope you can get your own insight from my interview with Mr. Andrianto. Thank you.